Welcome to Daily English Room. Today's topic is learning English. Our first topic is the reason why you want to learn English.
As a software engineer in China, English is crucial for my career. Most programming languages and technical documentation are in English. I want to collaborate with international teams and maybe work abroad someday. Learning English opens up so many opportunities in the tech world.
Now, let's look to the future. What is your biggest goal for using English in the next year?
My goal is to give a technical presentation in English at an international software development conference. I've already submitted a proposal, and if it's accepted, I'll need to prepare a 30-minute talk about our latest project. It's scary but exciting.
To help achieve them, you must be using various learning resources. So, what's your favorite resource for learning English, and why?
My favorite resource is actually a podcast called Programming in English. It combines my interest in coding with language learning. Each episode breaks down a programming concept using simple English, then gradually introduces more complex terminology. It's perfect for improving my technical English while keeping up with industry trends.
What's a cultural misunderstanding or surprise you've encountered while learning or using English?
Oh, I have a good one. In a meeting with American colleagues, I kept hearing them say, "Let's table that discussion." I thought they wanted to discuss it right away because in Chinese, putting something on the table means to bring it up for discussion. I was confused when they moved on to another topic. I later learned that in American English, it means to postpone the discussion. That was quite a surprise.
Learning a language can be challenging, but it also has its rewarding moments. Can you share a moment when you felt you'd made a real breakthrough in your English skills?
My breakthrough came during a code review meeting at work. I was explaining a complex algorithm I developed, and suddenly realized I'd been speaking fluently for 10 minutes without pausing to translate in my head. My colleagues were nodding and asking insightful questions. It hit me then, I wasn't just speaking English, I was thinking in English. That feeling of fluency was incredible.
Language learning is also about consistent practice. How do you incorporate English into your daily life outside of formal study or work?
I've turned my morning routine into an English immersion experience. I listen to an English news podcast while getting ready, read tech articles in English over breakfast, and even set my phone's language to English. It was challenging at first, especially early in the morning, but now it feels natural. I've even started dreaming in English occasionally.
Learning a language can sometimes be frustrating. What do you do to stay motivated when you feel discouraged in your English learning journey?
When I feel discouraged, I look back at old emails or documents I wrote in English. Seeing how much I've improved always gives me a boost. I also have a wins folder where I save screenshots of successful English conversations or compliments on my language skills. On tough days, scrolling through this folder reminds me how far I've come.
Sometimes the most effective learning methods are ones we don't expect. What's an unconventional or unexpected strategy that has really helped improve your English skills?
Believe it or not, playing Dungeons and Dragons in English has been incredibly helpful. I joined an online group, and role-playing different characters forces me to use English creatively. I have to think on my feet, use descriptive language, and even do different accents. It's improved my vocabulary, especially in describing emotions and actions. Plus, the fantasy setting introduces me to archaic and poetic language I wouldn't encounter in my tech-focused studies.
What's your ultimate aspiration or dream that you hope to achieve through English proficiency?
My ultimate dream is to deliver a TED Talk on artificial intelligence and its ethical implications. I want to share my research and ideas with a global audience, sparking important conversations about the future of technology. Being able to articulate complex technical concepts clearly and engagingly in English is crucial for this. I also hope to write a book on the subject that bridges the gap between technical and general audiences.
How has learning English changed you as a person or altered your worldview?
Learning English has made me more analytical about language in general. I've started noticing patterns not just in English, but in my native Mandarin too. This has made me a more effective communicator in both languages. More profoundly, engaging with English language tech forums and literature has exposed me to diverse perspectives on AI ethics that we don't often discuss in China. It's broadened my view on the global implications of the technology I'm developing.
Now, let's talk about AI's future impact on English learning. How do you think AI will influence the way people learn English in the future?
As someone in tech, I think AI will revolutionize English learning. We're already seeing AI-powered tools that can provide instant feedback on grammar, pronunciation, and even conversation skills. I use AI-based apps to practice my speaking, and I think the future will bring even more personalized and immersive experiences, maybe even virtual tutors that adapt to your learning style.
Do you think AI can fully replace human teachers in English learning? Why or why not?
I don't think AI can fully replace human teachers, at least not yet. AI is great for practice and feedback, but learning a language involves more than just mechanics. It's about culture and human interaction, which AI can't fully replicate. A human teacher can adapt to emotions and understand cultural nuances that AI still struggles with.
What role do you think AI can play in helping people overcome language barriers?
AI can definitely help bridge language barriers, especially in real-time translation. For instance, AI tools like speech-to-text and translation apps can help people communicate in English even if they're still learning. It's not perfect yet, but AI can make it easier for beginners to have conversations and feel more confident.
Now, what advice would you give to your younger self or someone just starting to learn English?
I would tell my younger self not to be so afraid of making mistakes. I spent too much time worrying about being perfect. English is a tool for communication, not perfection. It's okay to stumble and get things wrong, that's how you learn. Also, I'd remind myself to enjoy the process. Every step forward is progress.
That's all for today's daily English room conversation practice. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, like, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button. See you next time.